Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Oh, I am well. How are you?
I'm good. So, whether it's in Sadie or the Kicks or Lane 1974 or Big Shot, you always bring so much maturity and confidence, like a real sense of calm to all your roles. But I think there's no topping the compliment that your Big Shot co-star Yvette Nicole Brown gave you, calling you a baby Meryl. That's like the nicest
I
compliment
know. Oh
anyone.
my gosh. Thank you. Thanks, Yvette. I love Yvette so much. Yeah.
So I'm getting ahead of myself. For those that don't know, tell them about Big Shot and a little about your character, Emma.
Yeah, sure. So Big Shot is a new Disney Plus original series. It'll be premiering on April 16th, which is very soon. And Big Shot is about a former NCAA basketball coach who is, after one thing leads to another, is forced to leave his job and coach at an all-girls private school in California. And so I play his daughter. And Marvin, the coach, is played by John Stamos, who's amazing. The whole cast of the show is fantastic. And yeah, I'm so excited for the world to finally see it. It's been such a long journey with this show.
Yeah, I can imagine. So Tisha Custodio, your co-star, she was saying that she bonded with John over their love of music. So I know you had seen him in The Little Mermaid live. Tell
Yeah.
me about how you two bonded.
Yeah, actually music. That's funny. John and I have really, really similar music tastes. So there's one story that's kind of fun. It was in episode 3, and we were filming kind of a long car scene, and we were really driving. It wasn't a green screen or anything. So we're driving along the beach and we do our scene, and then when you cut, we have to get back to our start mark. And so we put on music. My favorite artist is Joni Mitchell, and so we put on Joni Mitchell and we were singing along, and it was such a fun time. He's such a genuinely wonderful person, and so talented. But yes, that's funny. We did bond over music as well. Yeah.
Amazing. So going back to Yvette Nicole Brown, I spoke to her for Lady and the Tramp, and she's just the sweetest person,
Yeah.
just so nice, so down to earth. So what was your experience like working with her? I know you don't get to share too many scenes together, but what was
Yeah.
it like having her on set?
She's just the most wonderful, caring person around. Everyone on this show is absolutely delightful, but yeah, I love Yvette so much. She is, I mean, not only does she bring this kindness, obviously she brings her incredible talent, and she is such a seasoned actor. Um, but and same with John, you don't really you know, because you're working with them and they're amazing and such fun scene partners, who are so good. But the way that they present themselves to the cast and the girls on the team, and to me, they're just wonderful mentors. I learned so much from them. I had so much fun just talking with them on set. There's so much going on, in the world while we were filming, COVID and lots of political stuff happening. And we were just talking about all of it. They're such real people, and I am so lucky to be able to say that I can call them my friends. So
Oh. So looking back, tell me about some of your favorite moments on set or from downtime.
gosh, well, singing in the car is definitely one of those fun moments. All of the scenes between Emma and Marvin are really, really fun. And throughout the season, you'll see a lot more of Emma and Marvin's relationship developing and figuring out how parenting kind of works. And I like to say they sort of go back and forth parenting each other. Sometimes Marvin is the parent, sometimes Emma's a little bit more of a parent. But those scenes were so much fun because John and I feel like had a really good rapport, and we're just really comfortable he was comfortable throwing things at me, doing some improv sometimes, and that was awesome, and I was comfortable throwing that back. So we had a lot of fun with those scenes, and I had so much fun reading the scripts throughout the season and seeing how their relationship evolved, and it was really wonderful, and hopefully it'll be that way to watch as well.
Yeah. So I don't want to give too much away, but you can really feel a genuine connection with you and the girls on the team
Yeah.
with Nell and Monique and Tiana, Cricket and Tisha. So did you all get to hang out before filming or how did you bond?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Actually, they were together for a bit of a basketball boot camp for a couple of months before we started actually filming. So they all knew each other super well, had been practicing every day, really, really intense practice, which is awesome because normally on shows you have a double, and there were no doubles on this show. All the basketball you see was done by the actors. So they were doing that, and then I came in right before we started filming. So I was a little bit more removed from the group because I didn't know them yet, but it was really, really easy to become friends with everybody. Everyone is so welcoming. I'm also not from LA. I live in Seattle. That's where I am now. So I was also like geographically separated from them for that beginning time. But yeah, everyone is so welcoming, and the set was so creative and warm, and everyone worked really hard to make it feel as safe as possible and as fun as possible, and that really doesn't go unnoticed. I think all actors are so grateful for that.
Yeah. So I have to ask, are you a Disney girl? Did you grow up watching Disney movies?
I did not grow up watching TV at all. I watched some movies when I was little, kind of not a lot at all. My parents are both musicians, so music has always been a really big part of my life. But yeah, ironic that that became my profession, and that was not my upbringing. But my parents are also really good storytellers. I'm an only child, and so that's how we would spend a lot of time. And I think that's what really introduced me to the whole acting idea before I even understood what that was. It was all about telling a story, all about having empathy, about talking about your emotions. That's a big thing in my family. I'm really lucky to have that. So short answer is no. I did not grow up a Disney fan, but I'm really happy to be on this show.
So I guess my next question I was going to ask, because you're in the Kicks and now Big
Yes.
Shot, whether you come from
I
a
know.
sports family.
Well,
So
it's
yes.
so strange. I know the Kicks is yes, an Amazon series about soccer, a girls' middle school soccer team. I also played an Emma on that show. Go figure.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of strange, but no, I've definitely been more introduced to sports than I would have been. My family's not a sports family, so I watched a lot of soccer for that, and I've been trying to get more into basketball for this. But yeah.
Amazing. So you've had some amazing scene partners over the years with everyone on Big Shot, Melanie Lynskey and Sadie, amongst many, many others. So who have been like a pivotal role model to you in the industry that you've looked up to and want to emulate?
That's such a good question. I've gotten so lucky with everybody that I've worked with. Like I truly can't think of somebody I wouldn't want to work with again. Everybody is so I'm yeah, I can't say that enough. Like I've gotten really lucky with the projects that I've worked on. I think in the industry there are two writer directors in Seattle. S.J. Chiro is the writer and director of Lane 1974, and Megan Griffiths is a writer and director of SADIE. And they're both Seattle-based female filmmakers, and I adore them, and I've learned so much from them. So they are definitely up there. Kate Menig in Lane 1974 and Melanie Lynskey and Sadie both played, my moms respectively, and they are so wonderful, both such seasoned actors, but also so down to earth and really willing to share themselves, which I think is kind of unusual. And everyone on Big Shot is like that as well. I think there's something really really unique. Like the pattern of those people is that they're all really genuine. They're not fake. And I value that a lot. I value that in my friendships and in my life. I like making genuine connections with people. And in an industry where that stereotypically is not the norm, I've been really grateful.
Yeah. So what are you excited for people to see on Big Shot?
Oh my gosh. Like, first of all, I can't really believe that everyone's going to see Big Shot. And if for those of us who don't know, which is probably most people, this show took a long time to make. When we started filming this season, I was 16. And when we ended, I was 18. So over the course of the 10 episodes, I definitely grew a lot. I think everyone grew a lot, literally and figuratively. My hair, you'll see, go from here to here. But I'm so excited for so many things. I'm really excited for people to see the relationships that are portrayed on Big Shot. I think the friendships have a lot of truth to them. The struggles that people go through in high school are there in the show for sure, and the struggles that people go through with parenting are also definitely there. So I think no matter who you are, if you're a basketball fan, that's fantastic, because then you'll definitely love the show. But if you're not, there's also going to be something there for you. I think no matter who you are, you're going to see at least a little bit of yourself or a little bit of your relationship with somebody represented in the show. And that's such a wonderful feeling.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, what have you been watching lately? But I'm going to pivot to, what have you been listening to lately?
Oh my, another good question. Goodness, I have been listening to a lot of Joni Mitchell. She's my favorite artist, and I've been most recently listening to her first studio album called Song to a Seagull. I love it a lot. What else? Gosh, a lot of jazz. I'm still in high school, and I'm in my high school's top jazz choir. I have been for the past 3 years, so I listen to a lot of jazz for that. And so that's been a really big part of my life. And as far as what I'm watching, I love the show Barry. Have you seen Barry?
Yeah, I've seen Barry.
I think it's fantastic. I'm such a Bill Hader fan. Like, everyone in that show I'm blown away. So that's what I've seen it before, but I was just rewatching it this past week with my family.
I love it. So I can't wait for everyone to watch this show. I can't wait to see more of it. I've only seen the first 3. And I can't wait for everyone to see you in Potato Dreams of America. I've heard it's so good, and you're so good in it.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I
you
really
for
appreciate
having
it.
me. I appreciate it. All right, well, have a
great
wonderful
day.
day.